At 6:40 p.m. last night, our complainant, a black female, 33, was driving northbound 4800 block of Veterans Drive and stopped at the stop sign at 52nd Street. Our suspect, who has been identified as Ladarius Campbell, age 20, he's a black male, 11/21/1993, and another black male were in a separate vehicle and drove up alongside the complainant's vehicle at the intersection. There was a verbal altercation between Mr. Campbell and the complainant. Mr. Campbell exited his vehicle, produced a handgun, and shot the complainant in the face. At the same time, an off-duty officer who was in plain clothes and driving his personal vehicle with his family was at the location and observed suspect Campbell shoot the complainant. The officer, who is now being identified as Ruben Martinez, badge number 10443, stepped from his vehicle and engaged the suspect to stop the suspect from continuing his violent assault on the complainant. Suspect Campbell was struck by the officer's gunfire. Both the complainant and suspect Campbell were transported to area hospitals by Dallas Fire Rescue. Both are expected to survive their injuries. We are charging Ladarius Campbell with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a felony of the first degree, and may add additional charges after we interview Officer Martinez. Officer Martinez has 3 years and 1 month of service on the department and is assigned to the Southwest Patrol Division. I'll take just a couple of questions.
We heard from a source last night that he really, what he did was very heroic. I mean, even his own children were nearby because he was leaving the school. Can you confirm, kind of elaborate on his actions and what he did? I mean, he didn't anticipate encountering this situation.
We haven't spoken to him, obviously. The investigation, you get a few days to cool down. I'm sure that any person, and remember in state law, any person can take action to stop the deadly force of another person. So he's acting probably even as, he could be acting as a private citizen, we don't know. But he did stop this Mr. Campbell from continued assault, her or anybody else. So when we find out more information, we'll look at the totality of the circumstances and what occurred. But right now it looks like, so far, that he did the right thing. But again, long way to go in this investigation.
What about the second suspect in this?
He is just a witness at this time.
He's not going to be charged with anything?
Not right now.
What about the relationship between the suspect and the victim?
We haven't really solidified everything yet on the relationship between the suspect, why they did it, how they did it, because again, we haven't had a chance to speak to the suspect or even take a chance. He's in the hospital. We haven't had a chance to talk to the complainant. She's in the hospital. So all we've had to do is talk to the witness, and that's it.
So explain how the suspect, Mr. Campbell, engaged your officer again. Kind of clarify that.
I don't know yet. All I know is what we just spoken about is that the officer engages Mr. Campbell because he sees Mr. Campbell, this is according to witnesses, that he sees him shoot this woman in the face. So he engages the suspect, Mr. Campbell, and shoots him.
Does he, there's a picture kind of being circulated that he's showing his badge and his gun in his hand. Did he identify himself as a Dallas police officer?
Again, we don't have any of that information. We're still canvassing the neighborhood this morning to try to get a copy of that video, if that's a video. If anyone's got it available, we'd like to have a copy of it. But again, when we talk to the officer, we'll ask him all those questions, and we'll get that.
One more question.
How
Why have you not been able to speak to him?
It's normal policy now to wait 3 days to allow the officer before we do an interview with them.
The witness hasn't been able to tell you why?
That information, of course, is still being held close to the investigation. What we'd like to do is talk to the suspect if we get an opportunity.
Thanks, sir.
Officer Martinez on leave now?
Yeah, he'll be on leave. Thanks, guys.